How's it going, YouTube? Thought I'd do a video today. It's kind of cold out. Nothing really going on. Do this video today on my Mac MAK-90. And this one here is an early PostBan gun. And this one is also a milled receiver with the slant cut. These were all brought in as underfolders, cut, and then adapted over with the synthetic black ATI. Just awful, awful stocks with the handguards. And there are very, very few adapters for this milled gun because they're so rare. And the insert that goes in there is pretty small. So like the JMAX and stuff that are for the later slant cut stuff will not fit the milled because the JMAX are for the actual stamped receivers. So that one there is really expensive. It's like $110 or $120. I can't remember exactly to get this adapted over to like an AR stock. And I've got a Magpul. This is a MOE SLK because it's small. I like it. It's lightweight. Kind of fits it. Got a Tango down grip on there, and obviously Chinese mag and a Chinese gun because, you know, keeping it real. BCM vertical grip up front. This is a Midwest Industries. I don't know if you can see that. OG quad rail, because I just like quad rails with a light mount up front. And this is a Burris red dot on top. I'll probably do something a little bit different with that, but for right now, that Burris does just fine. So these milled guns are kind of rare as far as MAK-90s go. They were the earlier guns that were brought in, and like I said, they're milled, so it's kind of a neat thing. This is the third milled gun I have. I do have two Arsenal Sam 7, and this one here is the only Norinco that I own that's milled, so that's pretty cool. And these MAK-90s are identical to the old school. This is a NHM 90. This is a stamp gun, but it's similar to that Mac, only this one here has not got as good as stuff on it. UTG, nothing spectacular expensive. It's a Palm, US Palm, and I think it's a SIG Romeo 5X. But this one here is built in factory. Let's see, you can see that 66, and this gun here was a factory 386. So both are really desired factory built guns for Norinco. The 66s and the 386s are good plants. So anything coming out of there is pretty good quality. My other Norinco is also a 66. So that's pretty cool. If you're into Chinese guns, you'll understand what that means. They do make some wood furniture for that gun there specifically. It is very expensive. The cheapest you can get, I think I priced it out, was like $285 for just stock, grip, handguards. That's specifically to the milled MAK-90, the slant cut underfolders, or modified underfolders. So they're very hard to get parts for, and very expensive. If you see one of these guns, we'll just say in its natural, just terrible PostBan setup, it will have the ATI thumb hole stock, which is just atrocious. But understand, when you buy this milled gun, there's like 2 places you can get an adapter for this, and they are very expensive and very hard to get. There's a lead time on them. It took me like a month and a half to get that part. So keep that in mind. If you are looking for a Norinco or a MAK-90 and you want a milled gun, be patient, and there's only a few things you can do. Special order the wood set that goes with it, or get this adapter. Otherwise, you're stuck with that ATI stock. I don't know of any other. I guess you can modify something if you wanted to at home. There's no reason you couldn't. But it limits you. Just a FYI. If you just want a regular AK, I would strongly suggest going after the NHM-90 or the MAK-90. This is the exact same thing as a MAK-90. It's just the early PostBan. So this is a very early gun compared to all the other MAK-90s on the market. So you can do anything with a MAK-90 stamped receiver as long as it's not a slant cut. If it is a slant cut back here, you can get the JMAC, or I even think Midwest Industries makes an adapter for it. There's a bunch of stuff for the slant cut on the stamped receiver. So a little bit of information there. Sorry, I kind of got off on a ramble, but Chinese guns are really cool. I'm into them. I don't have any Polytechs yet. It's kind of on my bucket list, but they're solid guns. They're heavy built, thicker barrels, a little bit thicker receiver. The only thing I can say about them is you can't put them away wet because they will rust and they will surface rust. So you really got to take care of the finish on these. It's just the bluing they use. You can't really grab onto them, play with them in the rain and mud. If you do, bring them home, wipe them down, oil them up. You'll be fine. But they're just really cool AKs. Really neat postband kind of artifacts from a time where gun laws kind of ruled the land. But we still got some pretty amazing guns. They were just a little bit neutered. But you can get all that garbage off of them and make them pretty cool. I know some people aren't into the modern looking AK, or in this case is like a mid 2000s, late 2010 retro build. But I have plenty of wood stuff. I have old school stuff. So my collection, it makes sense. Do what you want to do. I will say this real quick. PSA is making Type 56 furniture. So you can right now get on PSA's website and buy furniture that will fit the NHM 90, 91, or the MAK-90 straight cut. They're making it. It looks pretty good. And it'll get you back to stock if you don't want to pay the really expensive prices of buying the actual import stuff on wherever you can find it on an auction site. So stuff's pretty expensive. Handguards usually run about 80 bucks. Stocks can run anywhere from 100 to 250 depending on what it is. Grips aren't that expensive, but the stock and the handguards will set you back. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you like Norincos, you like MAK-90s, like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you got. Let me know what you shot. The Norincos were the first guns I ever shot. A MAK-90 was the first AK I ever got my hands on, first AK I ever shot. So it only makes sense that I'd have one or two or three in my collection. But you can't go wrong with a Type 56, really. Great guns. Quality will last forever. Just don't put them away wet. Thanks for watching, everybody.